Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, give me a second. Uh, Hi guys. Alright, so we're gonna have our first match for today, which is gonna be Team Evolve against Team Washed Up Gold. So this one we're gonna see a good game. Still finding our players just as yet, so it's probably gonna delay a while. Hello, people. Hold up. Let me try something. Song. Play. Is it even playing?
Hi, I'm Kid Kerrigan.
Whoa. Okay, never mind. Adam testing like. Okay. Let me just settle something real quick. Mhm. Sup, Toxic. Hold up. I see, we're just still waiting for the other people to come on. We have Uni, Alex. So all these are pro players right here, so it's gonna be an exciting match. I don't know what they're gonna play, but they're all super damn good. So it's gonna be a fun game to watch. Sneaky is, I think, trying out his leg or something, so I don't know. Oh wait, there's G Banana, and there is Venom Pressure, right? Yeah. And yeah, okay, guys, we're gonna have a full roster soon. This game isn't gonna be delayed too late. I'm pretty satisfied for this because yesterday it was delayed for a pretty long time, so yeah, it's quite annoying yesterday. Yesterday was a headache. Hello, ASAP LVX, you're here? Oh my goodness. Pressure, 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 pressure. Alright, so we're gonna leave with our last man, which is gonna be Sneaky. I think he's still trying out in on his I think he's still trying out on his blades or something. So yeah, probably gonna wait for him to come back. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Wait, what's wrong with my chat? It's so annoying. Um. Alright. Okay, so I think we're gonna start our first um match of the day. And do stay tuned throughout this whole stream. We're gonna have our next giveaway for today. It will be 250 eyes. I hope you guys will be the first to answer the question. So all the best later if you guys would want to check out. I'll do it after the first game. So do stay tuned for this. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask if you're ready before we start off our stream. So yeah, unfortunately today, Scarlet Shadow isn't able to come and join me. She's busy with her university stuff, so it's just gonna be me and just me, myself, and I. So I hope you guys don't be too sad that she's in here. So we're gonna start our first game of the day between Team Evolve C versus Team Washed Up Fiji Goals. And just waiting for the first draft. So I hope we get to see interesting picks coming out from the side of VG Ghosts, especially since they are so good at this game. And yeah. Oh man, what's this purple thingy down here? But it's okay. So the first pick goes to the first ban, and first pick goes to Evolve C. G Banana's gonna ban out the Yates, I think, because Yates was pretty annoying yesterday if you guys saw. Oh, but Chen has been banned out. Yates immediately banned out from O Nature. Shinwalker, of course, it's a very contested pick in this current patch 3.7 with all his chains, CC, and the amount of damage being dealt even just by building pure tank. So I guess it's obviously being banned. Yates is pretty annoying, especially if you guys watched yesterday's games. Landing pretty good hooks late game is key to turning around team fights. Getting those carries down to your entire team is just gonna change the course of the game. And with those stuns as well as the ulti to give the extra barrier to everyone, I think Yates is a pretty good versatile captain as well as a top laner. Or even a weapon power carry that's been played by Xfija yesterday. So let's just see how today's draft will be going to happen. Okay, so Anka's been banned. Yes, you guys, those of you who have watched yesterday's game, G Banana was insane on that Anka. She was like pretty much 1v4 in the entire game. Whenever there were team fights, he just wiped out Lux on that Celeste. Like, it was an easy game like that. But unfortunately, it has been banned out. Fortress, though, we haven't seen that ban coming out just as yet for the past few games. I don't think she's that strong anymore because of her speed boost nerfs, especially. Her speed boost isn't as strong, so they can't really engage that fast anymore. So for a Fortress ban isn't too ideal, but of course maybe depends on how the washed up goals are gonna prefer towards their playing style. So Fortress has still been taken away. Grumjaw, first pick taken from G Banana. He is famous for playing Grumjaw, or at least in my experience, because he loves to play top lane, and Grumjaw is one of his favorite heroes. And Samuel has been picked up by team washed up VG Goals. Let me just call them VG Goals, right? I don't think they're washed up. They just created a name for themselves. But Samuel is a pretty strong mid laner right now. I think he's the best in my opinion, other than Malene, because Samuel has that long range attacks, and with the nerf to Celeste, and even though Scarf is still pretty good, but I think Samuel can just dish out so much damage with those splash damage coming from the A when his B is activated. And Finn has been taken. Finn's still in a decent spot. I wouldn't say he's too good like before because of the two nerfs coming out from the previous two patches. With the fortified health being nerfed as well as his tankiness being nerfed, I don't think he's that tanky just as yet, although he's still pretty good as a tanky frontliner. But of course, if you have some good late game carries on the side of Evolve C to stack up those BP stacks onto Finn, Finn is still pretty bad against them. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, they picked a Kinetic into it, so I'm not too sure whether that is a very good pick since Kinetic is a little bit in an odd place right now. So even with the BP, I don't think he stacks as well as a Vox late game. And with the attack range being nerfed, Samuel can just dish out so much damage onto Kinetic. Kinetic can't really dive in aggressively onto the Samuel. And following on the third pick, we have in Arden being taken up from Evolve C. Arden's still pretty okay. I think he's one of the strongest captains, even though he doesn't have any pretty scary pressure coming out from his kit. But pretty decent all-rounder hero for the current 3.7 patch. And on the side of team VG Goals, we have a Tony and a BF being taken over. A very scary comp. I like that combo of BF and Tony. Both of them can be pretty scary into diving onto the Evolve team. And while Samuel at the back can be dishing out so much damage using that long range snipes, BF and Tony can dive in so hard, with Tony dealing out all the CC that BF needs to in order to like just kill them all. And of course, a Celeste and a Flicker being taken over on the side of Evolve C. We are seeing Flicker being a contested pick right now, with a lot of the CC abilities and stopping the ganking potential as well as the diving potential from dive heroes like BF, Reza, etc. Flicker is still pretty good in this situation. Unfortunately, we have our first cancel, just as expected. Every game there will be a cancel. It is always annoying, so yeah. Anyway, both drafts look pretty solid. I can't really say for sure which one is better, but it depends on who plays it well. I can't say who would play the comms better, but if the Flicker and the Arden is able to protect the carries from Team Evolve C, there's still a chance that they are able to kite back onto the Team Washed Up goals. So we'll see who plays it better, as well as the rotations. They are pretty important. And the Sky being picked up by Onager. Onager being a very, very good bot laner on his weapon power carries. His hero pools are always, from what I know, is he always loves to play like Fox, Sky, as well as, I'm not too sure, but I've always seen him playing Vox and Sky on the weapon power bot lane heroes. And yeah, we have our picks. Uni hasn't picked yet. I think he's gonna go for, I'm not too sure, but it's supposed to be a Black Feather, but I don't know, Uni seems to be lagging, so I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, okay, now we have completed our hero select again. Unfortunately, it has been cancelled again, so I'm not too sure what happened. But yeah, it got cancelled again. I don't know why, but it's happened every game. I'm not sure if it's just McLeod or something, but I don't think so. It's always been going well so far, so yeah. But anyway, talking about the team comms yet again, I feel like the early game comm is still pretty good. Actually, both sides have pretty equal comms in my opinion, but finally we get into our game. I think both sides have pretty equal comms, but on the side of team Washed Up VG Goals, they have a pretty scary comm, especially with the Black Feather and that Samuel coming in. I really like the comm from team VG Goals, although we don't see it that often, but it's pretty good with the mix of tanks, frontliners, as well as backliners and dive heroes. And they have pretty decent CC also coming out from team VG Goals, but on the side of team Evolve C, there's a lot of slows, some stuns here and there, some shields, also a mix of pretty good frontliners carries, as well as some backline damage from coming out from Celeste. Kinetic, I'm not sure if he'll do well against the enemy team. I don't think he's gonna fare especially well, in my opinion, since Kinetic isn't that great in my opinion right now, especially since you're playing against a Black Feather and a Tony and a Samuel, which I think kinda counters Kinetic. I don't really think the Kinetic will do that well, but of course it depends on the players. And now we're finally heading on to the Sovereign's Rise, and we see on the blue side we have our team Evolve C, and on the red side we have our team VG Goals coming in on our first game of the day. Alright, so we see Uni and Uni and Onija actually going for the bot lane instead of the regular gathering at the mid lane. So pretty old rotation right there. Not too sure, but I think it's still workable, of course. But we see G Banana trying to get the little monster first. Managed to get it, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to steal this. Onija goes to steal for the Christians. Let's see who will be able to take one of them. Oh, unfortunately, Onija gets to steal the blue buff, and will Uni take the healing trend. He has his A, I think he's able to get it with that execute. So pretty good start for the jungle and bot lane right off out of the bat from the VG Goals team. And yeah, overall nothing's really happened. The Arden has been sticking to G Banana at the top lane, not really helping mid, so I think it's kind of wasting a little bit of time since the top lane is still gonna be pushed up based on just regular rotations. And yeah, we really see VG Goals leading with around a 0.3k goal lead in just 2 minutes in the game. So Tony has shelved his wave and he's going to go for the standard top lane build with the Stormguard banner. I think they're having a fun time on the side of VG Goals. They say they're gonna trash the other team, so let's hope they kept their word and see if we can get a fun game too. Alright. So yes, talking about the players here, Venom Pressure is a pretty good mid laner, especially famous for his Samuel. But since he's playing a Celeste, I hope he's able to do something, especially late game. Samuel is a very strong laner right now. I think he's better than his Celeste. Managed to dodge out the pokes from Greg Ho on the Samuel. Let's just hope Venom Pressure deals as much pressure as he should be doing on the Celeste. Killor's actually getting pretty close. Nice A from Sneaky, and Greg Ho is probably gonna get Killor preload and the first blood. Little weird Vanguard from Killor right there. I don't think he should have been that forward against a Samuel. He's like one of the best mid laners right now in poking and getting those damage down onto the mid lane. So we see a skirmish here. What happens? Shifter manages to steal the buff, but a nice A from Sneaky is gonna get shifted preload. Dodges the Greg Ho's A, and Tony just runs in, gets the taunt on the Shift Noob. I think Shino's gonna die to this, uses his healing flask, but Alexstrasza comes in. Venom Pressure also joins in the party, gets pretty low, and he has to use his healing flask. Will Alexstrasza die to this? Yes, he will die to this. A counter kill from the side of Evolve. Will Sneaky be able to die? He uses his healing flask and is able to escape safely. Greg Ho gets pretty low from that empowered A from Kinetic. So a 4-man rotation down bot lane, very good follow up from the side of Evolve C, and meanwhile on the side of VG Goals, they managed to steal the blue buff and the little bears down there. And will Greg Ho die to this? Ooh, use his boots to run away, unfortunately. On the side we have our top lane island with G Banana, and will Sneaky be able to do anything? Doesn't able to steal any of these camps, but a nice counter attack from the Evolve C going out to the bot lane to actually help out Shift Noob and Ilyang, going for the aggressive invade on Alex's healing trend. So great communication right there from Evolve C. Skrekos tries to deal a bit of damage with those poke, but is unable to land any of those kill shots. Venom Pressure is doing pretty well in dodging those Samuel's A, I think because he's a Samuel main himself, so I think he probably knows how to play against a Samuel. And yeah, Now we see a gang coming out down at the bot lane. Will In Liang be able to do anything? Nope, he is a little too scared to engage onto Alexstrasza on that tanky Tony. And yeah, In Liang's actually favorable. Like he loves to play those tanky heroes that people like T Tigers and stuff like that like to play. So on that Churn Walker and on those Flicker, as well as even Lorelei, they kind of not so popular jungle heroes, but are very very strong in the meta right now. So Young has been playing phenomenal on this Flicker, especially on yesterday's game and in today's game too. And they managed to steal off the healing tree, and right now it's actually still in a pretty close game with around a 7k goal lead in favor of Team VG Goals. Gibana's getting pressured so hard, but he is still surviving pretty well, playing safely as what a good top laner should do, not getting kills and poked by the weapon powered Sky as well as the crystal powered Black Feather. Now Uni has been caught a little bit. Nice protection. Nice steal from Uni to get the blue buff. Will Uni actually get that one shot onto the Celeste? Ooh, nice block. Uni actually still dies to that, but very nice outplay from Uni to get the kill onto Venom Pressure. CPBF is doing a lot of work and is pretty good against a Celeste as well as an Idris pick. But since BF has been picked, it has been pretty phenomenal right so far. Redcool uses his healing flask, gets pretty low from that sheer Grumjaw damage, and is going to be taken down. Unfortunately, from the aggressive invade from Team VG Goals. Oh, the ulti from Venom Pressure misses, but Sneaky's probably gonna die for that too. An interesting chain of events, and I'm pretty impressed by how Team Wolfsy has been protecting their own carry so far. And look at the amount of damage they have done on that tower. On just getting kited pretty hard. Will he be able to escape? Uses his boots to run away. Gauntlet being used. Will only just die to that. Uses his healing flask to escape. Gibana jumps in. I don't think it was right for him to do that. Gets double stun. Nice Onija ulti from there on that Sky. And we're gonna see a counter double kill onto that. Will he be able to get Onija? Come on, Arden. Ooh, that was so close and very unfortunate. But a wasted 2 kills being traded over on the side of VG Goals, and we get to see a trade kill again onto Venom Pressure with that top lane gang from Alexstrasza onto the mid lane. So unfortunately the gang from Killua onto Onija, even though Onija was literally just like YOLOing that tower since they had been pushing so hard, it kind of failed. But Greco actually gets caught out. Misses the A from G Banana, but it's not able to get onto Greco. Alexstrasza misses the Tony LT, but a nice snipe from Venom Pressure just wipes out Samuel back there at the straight line, and we get to see a return kill. A bit of an interesting Ghostwing attempt coming out from the side of VG Ghost. I mean, since they are already the Ghostwing is on the top tower side and they don't really have that top lane pressure, it's a little too risky for them to actually start off the Ghostwing. I mean, since the Ghostwing wasn't at this side of the map, so a little bit of a miscalculation right there. But let's just see what happens. Nice hook onto Flicker, but it's not gonna hit onto the carries. Will Onija do anything, but Uji Banana's gonna steal off the blue buff, and we get to see Uni diving in, tries to get the fountain. Uni uses his block. Oh, will Shifno use his ulti? I didn't think he would be able to reach that ulti anyway. Oh, nice time Venom Pressure to get onto Onija, but no kills has been traded just as yet. Where is G Banana on the Grumjaw? I think he's waiting. I think he should actually come and gang and flank for this fight, because I think they can actually win this fight with those squishy 2 carries from the side of Eve. I don't know what Killua was doing, kind of a troll right there. He shouldn't be getting too greedy for that little scout camp, but luckily he manages to escape. So Venom Pressure gets taunted, but somehow didn't walk back towards Alexstrasza. Little weird interaction right there. Sticky doesn't have his hook, but ooh, that nice B coming out from that Samuel, but he's gonna die for the Venom Pressure. Goes down. Will Shift Noob get it? No, he won't. Meanwhile, Jimena pushes the top lane as much as he can, while the 5-man rotation, actually 3-man rotation up or 4-man rotation up onto Jimena is gonna get the tower. I think he'll probably trade his life for it. I'm not too sure, but if only he bought TP boots to escape, so I'm not too sure. Good to see. Oh, Jimena misses that A unfortunately onto Greco. He's wasted his boots and his sing first. I think he should just decided right there and not waste all his items. Impressive coming out from Uni. He's ready 4-1 on SCP being so deadly, especially pressuring Venom Pressure so hard with his sheer damage. And right here we already see a 7-5 in terms of the scoreboard and already a 1k goal lead, even though it's not too substantial. And in terms of turrets, it looks fairly even actually. Ash is actually busy pushing off his top lane tower. I think he might be able to get it. Shiftno will not be able to reach them on time, and they will probably be able to get some the same number of towers together. So a nice dash in from Jimena is gonna get Greg preload. Uni, will he get anything? The hook misses from Sneaky, but Uni doesn't hit anything. The ulti hits onto Venom Pressure, is gonna die. Oh, the ulti gauntlet stops Tony ulti, and we get a double kill onto the Uni. Just jumps in with their 3 strikes, gonna get onto Ilyang and Kula, and we're gonna get a 4-0 on the side of Team VG Goals. That was a pretty messy fight, but even though the hook misses from Sneaky, but they were able to kill off the carries from Team Evolve C, because I think Killua didn't really block the semi ulti. I'm not too sure, and a delayed ace coming out from that, even though it was not an ace. A 5-0 in favor of Team VG Goals. That Greco ulti was on point, hitting onto that Celeste right there without any block coming out from them. Venom Pressure couldn't do anything at all, and it would just die down there at the end of that fight. So right now it has been 12-6, used to be 7-5 in skill board, but it's already a 3k goal lead just from that one fight. Oh, the Ghost Wing has been stolen from Venom Pressure, fortunately for on the side of Team Evolve C, but a very unfortunate attempt from Team VG Goals. Nice Supernova coming out from the Venom Pressure. And ulti being channeled from Ilyang. Will they be able to do anything? Ilyang's going deep into the carry. Greco getting pretty low. Where's the Crucible? Crucible is too late on that Killua, and I think only just going ham onto Shift Noob. I think he's probably gonna able to get Shift Noob, and on trade queue we have a cluster fest right now happening. All them are scrambling together and a little close fight, but G-Banana is the only one surviving. Unfortunately, it's gonna go on to Uni, but it's not gonna do a lot of damage for that, and Ace coming out from Team VG Goals. Killua played it a little bad, missing his Crucible on a Samuel ulti. I think if he were to land that Crucible, he could probably have made the fight even harder for Team VG Goals. So a little bit messy around that fight, and Onija was doing a ton of work 1v1ing Shift Noob, since Shift Noob isn't that strong on that kinetic against the Sky. I mean the kinetic pick isn't as strong against a Sky Wimpao on that 1v1, especially since it's already mid game and Sky is extremely strong even with the same number of items as compared to Shift Noob. And Blackclaw has been taken over on the side of VG Goals. Sneaky is being a very huge nuisance right now. Nice taunt onto G-Banana, and Greco tries his best to poke as much as he can. Nice stun from that Finn, dealing a lot of damage. War Trash has been used. I don't know what is actually happening, but only just dives in straight. Will he be able to do anything? Goes in pretty too deep, but manages to escape with that A coming out. Shift Noob goes in too deep. I don't think he should have done that. And nice Solar Storm coming out from that Celeste, but that's gonna be taken away. Killua gets knocked back. Interesting Alex ulti on that Tony, only just doing so much damage, pressuring G-Banana. A little weird dash from G-Banana right there, but pretty intense fight happening across the board. Only just a little caught out, but I think he's probably able to survive right there. So yeah, and we see a double Crucible coming out. Oh, Ilyang actually goes in, I guess, Dragon Blood onto Onija. Will they be able to get onto Onija? Ulti throws down from Greco. Shift Noob gets the kill onto Sneaky. Onija's being kited out, gets eaten from G-Banana's stomach. He's so hungry for that Onija action, and we get to see Greco being chased down. Will they be able to get a slow onto Greco by G-Banana? Will G-Banana be able to get Greco? It's so close. Will he be able to cut it out? He should have turned around Greco. G-Banana managed to get the last basic attack onto that Samuel. Uni is down here facing a 1v2 and 110 or 3 and 110 situation. Will Uni be able to steal off, deal a lot of damage onto... Ooh, actually uses the A too late and it's not able to get a return kill onto G-Banana. Nice ulti gets the kill onto Uni. Finally a shutdown. And Xtraza gets in, blocks and runs away. Very, very good turnaround as well as team coordination on the side of Evolve C. Onija actually goes in pretty deep. Ulti misses from Sneaky. Very, very adventurous Fin ultis in this game that I feel coming out from Sneaky so far. But he's still pretty annoying on those Fin A's. And yeah, right now the game has been gone to the even level again, with actually a goal lead, almost a 1k goal lead on the side of Evolve C, even though they are 12 to 17 on the kill score ratio. I think Team Evolve C were more efficient on the goal farming, especially having more ambient goal and probably pushing out their lanes more often than not as compared to VG Goals. VG Goals has been focusing more on the team fights as well as some objectives, but their goal isn't as strong as, as high as what they should be on the 17 to 12 kill ratio right now. Yeah, thanks for the bits coming out from Toxic VG. You can actually write a message if you want to say anything. And yep, so we're gonna see a 4-man siege mid. Will Sneaky throw out any hook right here? Not too sure about it. Inyoung's actually behind, sneakily comes in, nice hook onto Venom Pressure gets blocked. Will he be able to die to this nice stun onto Xtraza, but it's unable to get the kill. And we see Xtraza getting too low, Shifnum goes in too deep. Will he be able to cut it out? And he gets stunned on by that Fin A. Great Fin A by Sneaky. Really have a 1-4-0 right now. And then return kill onto Alex. Onija jumps in, gets onto Venom Pressure. Nice down to Venom Pressure, but the reflex block comes in too late onto Onija. Will Onija die to this? I don't think so. They have 2 tanks chasing Onija, but I don't think they're gonna get a kill onto Onija. While meanwhile we have a 1v1 from Inyoung and Sneaky on that tanks, but unfortunately a 3-for-1 in favor of Team VG Goals. That was so brave coming out from Onija to just jump right into Celeste's face. And even though he missed his reflex, his Aegis on that core collapse, he's still able to survive with the protection of Sneaky. SNK EA, not Sneaky, sorry. But very impressive plays and very, very aggressive plays coming out from the side of Team VG Goals. Ooh, Jimena gets a little caught out, but is probably able to survive. Nice hook onto the 2 of them, but it's not gonna be any follow-up. I don't think they're able to get anything, but I think they can actually chase if they use war threads, but a little miscommunication on the side of Team VG Goals. And yeah, since the hook isn't up, I think Evolve C can actually do something about it with an engage, but the Ardent ulti isn't up either, so they probably might have to wait out their cooldowns. With the Ardent ulti being nerfed quite hard, his cooldown is pretty low right now. It's pretty long, so Ardent's ulti doesn't have that much pressure in 5v5 as much as before his nerfs. Sorry, excuse me. But yes, we can tell that the plays coming out from Team VG Goals have been extra aggressive, especially Onija diving in as well as Uni diving in on that CPBF, and Tony being a very huge nuisance with his CC abilities. Nice hook by Onyconix on G-Banana. Will the Grumjaw in onto anything? Crucible has been used. Nice counter to zone out the carries. I think this might be a fight to be taken from the side of Evolve C. Uni gets pretty low. Nice ulti coming out from Celeste. Actually gets 3 of them. Hitting all 3 of them. Onija has to cut it back. I don't think he's able to dive in. Nice stun onto the Greco on that Celeste. On that Samuel, sorry. And Onija gets eaten up alive. Triple kill onto Venom Pressure. Onija uses his ulti to try and block all of them. Ulti has been channeled on by Inyoung on that flicker, and Onija tries his best to cut it out. Will it be an ace? Yes, it will be an ace coming out from Evolve C, and they're both gonna do the Ghost Swing as well as the Black Claw right there, while Shifnu is gonna protect his mid and his bot tower from those waves. So a very, very, very great team fight coming out from Evolve C. I like to commend Killer on that gauntlet. It was so good in zoning out the 3 carries right here, while the Celeste and the Kinetic were right there. So right after the team fight has concluded, Evolve C made a very bold play of sending one guy to clear the lanes and getting two guys on that Ghost Wing and the rest onto the Black Cloud. Will Uni be able to steal it? I'm not too sure. Ooh, oh, that was so close. The Black Cloud was almost being stolen from Uni, and the hook actually connects onto Inyang and Killa, but it's not onto the carries. Uni tries his best to do something. Gets pretty low from the side of himself because I think of the Celeste Supernova's doing ton of damage. Extraza gets in too deep. Will he be able to escape this? I don't think so. But that shield coming out from that passive is gonna make him. Oh, he's gonna go down anyway. Nice stun from that Shift Noob's A after that dash from that B. And a great Sky ulti. And a great Sam ulti is gonna make two of them sleep, but Onya's gonna die to that game, to that fight. And it is just a Kazuface. Nice going to trap Samuel in, and another ace coming out from Evolve C. I'm very impressed on how well they've connected those team fights. And I think that's it. 20 minutes and 50 seconds into the game, Ilyang's taunting little. I think they're gonna get pretty aggressive in the next game, so I hope there won't be any trash talk. But GG, well played Evolve C. Very coordinated first game coming out on the side of Evolve C. Those team fights were phenomenal. They were stuck together. They managed to seize. Grumjoy was so phenomenal in disrupting Uni and trying to dive in, as well as getting onto Samuel. Well, it was a little messy in terms of the team fights coming out from Team VG Goals. They had different targets when they were fighting during the team fight, so I think that was kind of why they kind of lost. And really very impressed on how the team fights were being played out from both sides of the game. So game 1 has been concluded, and yep, only just gonna be flaming again, and yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll just do the giveaway after the game ends. So alright, we're gonna invite G Banana. Alright, so we have swapped the teams, should be correct, and we're gonna head on to our next game of the day. Let me just settle the icons for a minute. Alright, we're down back again on the pick and ban phase of game number 2, and we are going to see Shenwalker being banned yet again since he's so popular right on in this current meta. I don't know what picks they're gonna go for. Would they go for the same comp? I'm not too sure. Anka's been banned away. Yes, of course, she's like the most broken hero in my opinion. So let's look at our next bans coming out from Team VG Goals. Yates has been taken away on the side of Team VG Goals. Apparently they have been lagging on the side of Team VG Goals, so probably haven't been playing too well because of their lag, and the coordination was probably off in some of the fights, and yeah, so not too sure about that. And Grumjoy has been taken away from Evolve C. Not sure why is that the case. Maybe they really didn't want them to take the Grumjoy away. So yeah, that leaves actually Catherine open, and let's see, it actually leaves even strong picks like Malene is still open, so they might want to consider it. So actually, VG Ghost took away the flicker from Inliang because I think they saw how impactful Inliang was on that flicker, dealing so much damage as well as so much slow onto Onager and the Samuel, as well as with the Dragon Blood. So nice first pick off onto that flicker. Catherine being taken away from G Banana since it's one of the best top laners right now. It's gonna be a menace to deal with on that Catherine with the shields, but we're gonna see how it plays out. Kinetic being taken yet again from Shift Noob. He has been pretty good on that Kinetic on the previous game, although he got boomed by Alex the previous game, I think once or twice, as well as got dived by Onager Sky, and yeah, just died to that. So, and we see a Kestrel being picked up again. Just being picked up on the side of VG Ghost. I'm not too sure if they're going for the weapon Kestrel or the CP Kestrel. I would like to see a CP Kestrel jungle. He's one of my favorite junglers right now. So, oh, thanks for the follow. I love Dan Sakai. And anyway, CP Kestrel is pretty good in the jungle right now, even though his Glimmer Shot has been nerfed. But his armor piercing has been buffed. And I still think he does a lot of sheer damage on that CP build. And Vara being taken on the mid lane. Haven't seen it that much in this tournament at all. Sorry, just give me a second. I haven't seen Vara that much in this tournament at all. Vara is still pretty strong in the tier list of mid lane heroes right now. She does a ton of damage with those chain lightning perks, as well as especially on the late game when she gets the Dragon's Eye and her alternating current. Fortress, finally we see a Fortress being picked up on the side of Evolve C. Haven't seen a Fortress yet, actually. She has been nerfed pretty hard on the speed boost as well as on that lifesteal. So, oh, Toxic, thanks for the follow. And Samuel actually being taken from Venom Pressure, that's his main mid lane carry. I think he will do pretty well on it because he's really good on Samuel from first hand experience. And we get to see a Finn being taken over on again from the side of Team VG Ghost. Sneaky has been pretty Sneak and SNK has been very good on that Finn, landing those phenomenal A stuns just on the previous game. Unfortunately, he has been pretty ambitious on those hooks as well. Didn't really connect on some of those key hooks, key team fights that I think he could have hooked slightly better, but his Finn was still a menace to be dealt with. Tony yet again being picked up from Alex Strazai. He has been dealing a lot on that Tony with those sick Badaboom plays and those taunts and stuns onto the backline. So our last pick for Team Evolve, will it be a standard Argent or something? Team Evolve is lacking a little bit on those CC abilities. We see an Arden. Killua was good on the previous game on that last two fights where he kind of zoned them out with that Gauntlet. If you guys remembered clearly, but he was pretty awkward at the start of the game during those team fights. I'm not too sure what happened yet again. The game has been cancelled. Not sure if Greg Ho and them are ready, so we're just gonna start. We're gonna start again on the blind pick. I'm gonna have the same picks again. Reading the Twitch chats, yes, you asked me what's my opinion on Yates, is it? Alright. So my opinion on Yates is he's pretty versatile. I don't really have much experience for him, but I like to refer him to like a captain instead of a carry. That I've seen people playing him more on the carry role instead, because Yates can do so much with those CC abilities, especially the stun and the hook, and the ulti is just like a free Finn fortified health for everyone, and he literally lands and deals so much damage onto the enemy team. So I would prefer him on the captain, but I think a lot of people prefer him on the carry weapon power, I think. So we have started off on our second match of the day. Currently, Team Evolve C is leading on a 1-0 on the scoreboard. What's up goals is down one game, but this is a best of three, so we're gonna see whether this game will play out into a 3-match series or will it be a 2-0, which will turn some heads around on their impression of Evolve C's players. So finally we are in our game, and it's going to be Onija on the bot lane Castro instead of a CP Castro on the jungle, and it's a standard bot lane push on the side of team Vigigos. We see Gregho on the jungle instead of the mid lane, a bit of a swap in roles just there, while Uni's on the mid lane Varia. And Inyang Shift goes in on the invade and in exchange for Gregho on that. Will he be able to steal it? Unfortunately too late. And nice steal coming out from Shift on that blue buff. Pretty impressive exchange of events right there. When the pressures get a little too low, or they just losing his energy right there, will he able to steal that little bear? Yes, he does. Right now, Gregho's just pressuring the healing trend, but you can see G-Banana going for that very aggressive healing trend invade, and we'll get the healing trend on the side of team Vigigos. G-Banana's gonna hit back right now, or will he go back to his lane? I think he will go back to his lane. Great poke coming out from Uni, but I think it's gonna be the same. G-Banana actually makes a round trip detour back to his lane, and yeah, we are going to see a 0.2k goal lead at 2 minutes in the game because of, I think, the blue buff still early on from team Evolve C. And yeah, so currently I think the rotations from team Vigigos are a little different than the standard meta rotations where they come mid and then they just full on invade and stuff like that. They're going for the very old rotations where the bot lane just goes straight for his lane and the jungler just roams around and tries to steal the blue buff by himself, while the mid lane and the captain will just go for their own blue buff instead of invading. So not too sure whether it's because they don't really have much experience on doing the meta rotations, or they just have their own strategy back in their minds. Uni going in for that poke, misses the A, and SNK misses the A onto Venom Pressure, but Venom Pressure doing a lot of work on that Samuel. I think he's really doing a lot, having a lot of pressure onto Uni. But Uni is doing very well on Varia because Varia is actually pretty weak early game, especially against a Samuel. It's pretty hard to lane against a Samuel on that Varia, but with Finn's protection, I think Finn is a perfect pick, pairing up with that Varia. And the blue buffs are going to spawn for both sides. I think they're going to go for their blue buff first, since they rotated faster. And we get to see Gregho and Onija coming in for the invade, but G-Banana's coming in already for the invade. Will they be able to get the kill? Nice steal by Onija onto that blue buff, but a first blood getting onto that flicker, but a double kill coming over from the side of Evolve C. So a little miscommunication right there. I know that they were going aggressive on the side of Vigigos to get the blue buff, but the thing was their mid lane and their captain weren't there, so it was a pretty risky attempt coming out from Onija and Gregho on their blue buff. So, but of course, props to Evolve C for grouping up together right after they saw them rotating up to their blue buff, going for a 4v2 and getting a double kill onto the killer, unfortunately, instead of Venom Pressure on the mid lane. But GG, well played on the early rotations. And G-Banana's really doing very well, tanking up the top lane poke coming out from Onija as well as Gregho. I think Gregho can't really do anything on that flicker. Onija tries to poke as much as he can. Nice side steps coming out from G-Banana. Still gets hit by two of them though, but misses that cannon unfortunately. Let's take a look at mid lane. Venom Pressure still doing well alone. The CS leads are all around. Oh, actually no, only just actually lagging behind on the CS against the enemy bot laner on the Shift Noob. 20 to 34, while Varia and Samuel, Varia on the Uni on Varia getting a little bit ahead on those CS, 32 to against 25. So the goal lead right now is a 1k goal lead in favor of Team Evolve C. We have pretty good early rotations coming from Evolve C. Inyang on that Fortress hasn't done as much yet because I think he's literally just getting the ambient go onto Shift Noob. Nice forming rotation onto the mid lane. Venom Pressure dealing a ton of damage onto the two Vigigo mid laners right now. Alright, so we see Onager rotating up to the mid lane. I think these two guys should come up mid lane ASAP because they are probably going to contest one of the others, so yeah. So I think we're just going to secure their CP buff and they are right now going to try and engage onto the CP buff. Will they be able to steal it? Unfortunately not. An exchange CP buff right there. Samuel goes in with that poke. Gets quite a bit of damage onto the Vigigo's team. And since Vara's really weak early game, she's not able to do anything, even being played by a very good laner like Uni. Oh, Uni tries to dash in but is not able to get anything. Killua is actually going a little low. Shouldn't be fighting that by himself, especially with that pressure coming out from that Finn, with that sheer A damage that comes out. So Jibanana comes in. Will he be able to get anything? Oh, a nice stun and a steal of the healing chain from Onager. Killua just walks in, a little awkward right there. Will he be able to do anything? Will Guehu do anything? No, he's not able to do anything. Onager's probably gonna head back to lane. Will he shove his bottom tower? Not just as yet, but looking at the enemy's bot lane, we get to see Shift Noob and Inyang pressuring the tower so hard. Alexstrasza can't do as much because SNK wasn't really camping his lane much at all, and Gregho wasn't really pushing their bot lane tower as hard. We see a 3v2, a nice ulti and a nice gauntlet hitting onto Castro, but we're gonna see a kill onto Gregho. Ulti does almost no damage onto G-Banana, reflecting that with that barrier coming out from that. Ooh, and nice ulti and nice stun, but doesn't connect on the ulti. But unfortunately, with those hit stacks coming out from that little turret, Venom Pressure actually is gonna die for that. So unfortunately, I don't really know how Venom Pressure was actually tanking that turret, when it should be G-Banana who should tank the turret. But I think because of Venom Pressure A that connected first before G-Banana could land his A, unfortunately, Venom Pressure has to die from that 559 damage coming out from that tower damage. And now a 1-2-3 on the scoreboard in favor of Team Evolve C. And a 1.5k goal lead as well from Evolve C. Ooh, that ulti misses from Onager. I think I was trying to steal the healing Treant with just his ulti. I don't think it was that worth it, but of course they have to try and take back whatever they can. But great pressure from Inliang getting onto that bot lane tower. Meanwhile, Inyang's alone. I'm not sure if he can steal this for himself. Oh, unfortunately not. Unis tries his best to do a lot of damage. Nice hook onto Inliang. Fortress uses her ulti to run away. I think will Uni be able to steal it? Doesn't have his B, so I don't think she's able to steal it. So at the other side of the map, Onager gets taken down. With that gang coming out from that mid lane. Venom Pressure has been doing so much on that Samuel going around the map the entire time. While on the side of Evolve C, they only need Shift Noob and Inliang on their bot lane to do so much pressure on his tower. And although Alex is trying his best to do as much damage as he can, but it is not enough to take down that tower. I think when Shift Noob arrives back, he's able to get the tower once he shoves the next wave. Samuel goes in, little sleep, nice poke from Uni, but ulti disconnects from that one shot, one kill, as well as the A coming from Uni. I think if both of them were to connect, Venom Pressure would be dead right down the bat. And yes, let's take a look at Shift Noob again. I think he will be able to do it. Alexstrasza tries to take out the minions, but Shift Noob is actually gonna 1v1 Alexstrasza. Nice Dragon Blood onto Alexstrasza. I think he'll die to that. Great synergy coming out from that duo, Shift Noob and Inliang. They have been having a lot of synergy coordination together for a long time, since they've been playing a lot of games together. Onager gets blocks the silence from Catherine, uses his boots and his healing flask to run away. Onager's actually getting pretty bullied on that bot lane. The flicker pressure wasn't enough to actually stop G-Banana and Venom Pressure constant roam on that lane. And tier 2 top tower has been taken down from the side of Evolve C. Very, very insane pressure coming out from Evolve C with those rotations. I think Uni and SNK has to rotate much more because they haven't been rotating at all the entire game. So let's just look. We're gonna see a 3v4 bot lane. Actually, a 4v4. A nice Gauntlet's gonna trap all 4 of them inside Killua's Gauntlet, and only just gonna run away. Samuel's gonna do a ton of damage. Look at that burst damage. Great ulti was gonna get blocked by Sneaky, but great damage coming from Venom Pressure. Only just gonna be. Will he be able to survive this? Venom Pressure does so much damage, and oh, the one-shot ulti doesn't kill off Venom Pressure. Gets blocked by Killua. Beautiful coordination coming out from Evolve C right there. Unfortunately, I think Team VG were a little down in terms of their goal, and because their early game wasn't that strong with the Castro and Vara, so capitalizing on their disadvantage, Evolve C was able to just invade constantly with that Fortress and that Samuel, which is, you know, in my opinion, the best mid laner right now. And Venom Pressure on that Samuel doing so much, roaming together with Killua and just, you know, bullying Onager on that bot lane, who has been almost alone the entire time when Greg Ho was actually not really roaming as much as he can and camping bot lane as much as he should be, since Flickers should be played as more of a roamer hero instead of a roamer jungler, more of a just camping bot lane hero. But look at Venom Pressure comes in, although misses his A onto Onager, but Greco tries to block as much as he can. A 4v3 right now coming in. G-Banana gets pretty low. Venom Pressure is actually not gonna connect the hook onto Venom Pressure. Fountain has been used by Killua. Venom Pressure still slightly healthy on at half health. But look at that tankiness coming from Killua. G-Banana gets pretty low. Killua's getting pretty low. Will he be able to escape? Nice ulti. He's gonna connect onto the two of them. He's gonna get onto the Uni, and On just tries to do as much as he can. Is unable to get onto Killua. And a 3-4-0 coming out on the side of Team Evolve C. A very, very back and forth team fight coming out from that. Ulti has been channeled on In Liang with those wolves. He's gonna dive onto X-Trazer, uses his boots to run away. So that fight was very messy. Venom Pressure was actually getting a little caught right there, but the hook unfortunately didn't connect from Sneaky. If not, I think Venom Pressure would have died, and I think, oh my god, the Ghost Ring was almost being captured from Vara's ulti, but as I was saying, the ulti didn't connect from SNK because Killua I think didn't block the Finn's ulti, but if SNK was able to land that hook onto Venom Pressure, I think Vichigo will be able to turn around that fight, since Venom Pressure was the one that was dealing the most damage currently in the game right now. So very, very unfortunate chain of events coming out from Team Washed Up VG and very great coordination from those team fights coming out from Evolve C. I'm very impressed on how they are juggling the damage and the aggro coming out from different teams, from the different heroes. Castro on the weapon power instead of the CP, I don't think it's that great against tanky heroes like Catherine and Fortress that would definitely block the glimmer shots coming out from those wolves, as well as the deflection damage coming out from those bubble. Thanks for the follow, Sebastian Sambi. Welcome to the stream. Currently we are looking at an 11-2 goal lead. Mid lane is gonna be pressured. It's gonna be taken out. Venom Pressure doing so much damage. Just hits 3 of his empowered A onto Uni. Uni has to escape from that. At this point in time, VG seems a little helpless because they don't really have a lot of long range damage at all, since Vara isn't that far range, and Castro will just be easily blocked. His Glimmer shots would just get easily blocked by Catherine, Arden, as well as Fortress. So one thing's for sure, I think it was a great draft coming out from oh, nice ultis. One shot, one kill's gonna get onto Shift Noob. Well, team fight ends right here. Greg Ho gets little caught, Gauntlet being thrown out. Greg Ho is gonna die for that. Beautiful Gauntlet is gonna trap in Greg Ho, and Fortress jumps in onto X-Trazer, but X-Trazer is really, really tanky. Will be able to escape this engage. Uni is gonna be careful. Will get stunned up, but being blocked by Sneaky. Nice Buttermoon's gonna get G-Banana out, but I don't think they want to chase a Catherine. Who's gonna connect on G-Banana, but will G-Banana escape from that? Great, but Fountain has been used by Killua. Both Fountain, beautiful sleep coming out from Venom Pressure. He's insane this game, man. On that, Samuel is just insane, and that ace, delayed ace coming out on the side of Evolve C. right here. I'm really want to comment on how well they synergized in those team fights. This team is just insane on those heroes right here. That Samuel and that Fortress combo. And Jibana just taking out all the damage right now, and a very unexpected but a one-sided storm actually on the side of Evolve C is going to get the second game, winning the match against VG Goals. And wow, that was spectacular to watch. You wouldn't really expect Evolve C to win against these players who are very good in this game, but I think personally because of the way they drafted their comms as well as the rotations early game, they were able to really decimate the entire game, wiping out the entire VG Goals team with those early rotations as well as those kills. So there we have it. Thanks VG Goals from participating in the Evo Cup. I think you guys will be playing in the loser bracket. I really appreciate you guys playing here. Those insane mechanics coming out from Onager, Greg Host, SNK Union, and Extraza was so good, but I think the comms and rotations weren't as strong as what Evolve C has done. Onager's being salty again, but yeah, I mean, BM is, Inlyang's BMing quite a lot, but then again, sometimes just people are just toxic and stuff like that. But let's hope we play this game fair and square. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. Doesn't really matter. A win is still a win. A lose is still a lose. But don't have to show bad sportsmanship across the board. Especially you guys out there who are playing Vainglory. Alright, I see some Jimena's actually getting triggered. I don't really want to see a fight happening right here. But anyway, GG to both teams. I really enjoyed the games. Evolve C really made me so proud of my guild. I mean, my Smurfs guild, but their rotations was so good, and they really knew what to do as a team. Their synergy was so good in those team fights. Killer was there at the right time, using his abilities at the right moments with those sick gauntlets. And yeah, unfortunately for VG Gold's team, they didn't really draft properly, and rotations weren't as strong. Maybe because they were lagging outside of the match, and they weren't really there to take the risky plays and playing some comfort picks. So GG right here. Great game, everybody. Thanks for watching.